Welcome to the More Factor. Today we're going to talk about excuses versus achievement. I'm Frederick Groth and I enjoy helping people succeed by teaching life skills, success principles, and character traits. Okay, so this morning during my devotions, at the end of it, I always watch a video from Darren Hardy called Darren Daily. I highly recommend you sign up for these free inspirational / coaching videos. It's really great, much better than what I could ever output. But nonetheless, this morning was great. And I wanted to relay it in my words to you this morning. So here we go. Excuses versus achievement. Here's the brutal truth. Excuses offer us a permanent answer, where achievement gives us a temporary result. Now let me explain. I went to the end of the lesson, and now we're going back to the beginning. Here's the deal. When you have a choice to make, what do? Do you go with the hard choice, or do you go with the excuse? Do you go with the easy road, or do you go down the hard road? Because both of them are paved with wonderful things. The end result, however, is the key. See, excuses give us a way of escape, a way of patting ourselves on the shoulder, a way of saying, you know what, it's okay, I'm doing fine the way I am. Whereas the hard choice demands action. It demands us to do things that we don't really want to do right now, but we ought to do right now. And we know we should do right now. And we know that the excuse is not really the right thing to do. See, we know these things, but because of, let me say it, laziness, because we've overworked ourselves, because we haven't taken care of every part of our lifestyle, we choose the excuses to band-aid the areas of our lives we haven't fixed. And so we go down the path of excuses, the path of least resistance. And it offers us a wonderful armor to just live in and say, you know what, I don't need to do that anymore. I'm fine. But then, 5 years later, you're 40 pounds overweight, you can't run up the stairs anymore, and your kids are walking all over you. Was the excuse the right choice? No, we know it's not. See, when you go to work, do you choose to exercise for 5, 10, 15 minutes? Or do you say, you know what, I don't really have time. I got to get out there, get ahead of the traffic to get to work on time. You know, to put a little religious spin on this morning, do you invite your neighbors to the Christmas play, but then you say, no, if I invite them, then I'm going to have to take them, and then I'm going to miss the party that I was going to go to for the office. See, choices are all around us, all the time. Every moment of every day, we have a choice to make. And so, making the choice to be consistent, making the choice to do the right thing is very important, because it gives us a sense of achievement. But achievement, like I said, is temporary. What we achieve today, we've got to work at achieving something else tomorrow. But an excuse just gives us the armor to keep on going down the road of laziness every single day. Now, let's look at it this way. Excuses, and this is coming from a professional clown. Excuses are like the grease paint on a clown's face. They cover up the real you. They cover up the real issues. They cover up the things that you're trying to hide. But you know what? It doesn't really hide anything, because everyone can see through the paint. Your kids can see through the paint. You can see through the paint. Your family can see through the paint. Your friends can see through the paint. And so they offer you condolence. They offer you advice. They offer you a way of escaping even more by offering you more excuses. When people see our pain, they're trying to help, and they think they're caring for us by giving us another excuse. Oh, that's okay, you're fine. But those that really care about us, those that truly have our backs, don't offer excuses. No, they offer us a challenge. They offer us something that says, you know what? Why don't you try this? Why don't you work out 5 minutes every day? Get on the treadmill and just walk at a really high, a fast walk. Just 5 minutes a day. Why don't you put the cookie down and let's have an apple together? They offer the challenge. Why don't you just not hang around those people anymore? Why don't you read that book that you know you ought to read? See, we've really got to decide this morning. Do we want the compound effect of our results to be negative? Or do we want the compound effect of our results to be positive? Because either way, our results are going to be compounded every day, and every year, and every year. Let me end with this. I had a pastor, I believe she's passed away now, pastor's wife. And when they got married, she was really skinny. And by the time that she became my pastor's wife, and I was involved in the church, she was, I would say, 50 pounds overweight. At least 50 pounds over, maybe more. And her explanation was this: I never ever gained a large amount of weight. I put on 5 pounds every year, pretty much, give or take. See, the compound effect over the years, she just kept getting bigger. Every year, another 5 pounds, another 5 pounds. And after 30 years, that's 60 pounds overweight. See, your results are your answer as to what you're doing. I don't need to tell you. You don't need to tell you. Look in the mirror, look at your results. Now it's time to change. It's time to change your results by changing your action. Stop making excuses. Start taking control of your life and say no to people every now and again and say, I am going to change my life. So there's the brutal truth for you this morning. The choice is yours to make to be better today than you were yesterday. We'll see you next week for more episodes of The More Factor. Like, share, challenge yourself, and be better.